Just imagine the bells of Madrid echoing through the streets. The air is filled with emotion, the eyes of the world fixed on one moment. Princess Leonor, the future Queen of Spain, has just married Prince Christian of Denmark. A union that no one expected would happen so soon, and in such breathtaking fashion. But what really stunned Europe wasn't just the wedding, it was everything that happened around it. The crowd that morning gathered outside the royal palace long before dawn. Flags of Spain and Denmark waved side by side, symbolizing not just a royal marriage, but a powerful alliance between two great European monarchies. Yet behind the royal smiles and elegant ceremony, there was tension, emotion, and a hidden story that few could see from the outside. As Leonor stepped out of the royal carriage, the entire plaza fell silent. Dressed in a gown that shimmered like starlight, she seemed calm, almost regal beyond her years. But those who know her best could see it in her eyes, a storm of emotion, pride, and the quiet realization that this was more than a wedding. It was history unfolding. Queen Letizia could barely hold back tears. Watching her eldest daughter take that long walk down the aisle, she looked both proud and nostalgic, remembering Leonor as the little girl holding her hand on royal outings, now walking alone toward her destiny. King Felipe, ever the symbol of composure, had to steady his voice when he gave his blessing. But even he, the King of Spain, couldn't hide the tremor of emotion in that moment. And then, Prince Christian. Waiting at the altar, smiling through what appeared to be pure disbelief. The Danish prince, known for his calm and charm, was visibly emotional. When Leonor finally reached him, he whispered something that microphones barely caught, "You look like forever." Those 4 words spread across Europe within hours. A statement so simple, yet so real that it melted the formality of the royal stage. The ceremony itself was an exquisite blend of tradition and modernity. The Spanish Royal Orchestra played softly as the two exchanged vows in both Spanish and Danish, a symbolic gesture that had everyone applauding. Cameras captured every glance, every touch, every restrained tear. But the moment that truly stunned Europe came right after the vows. Instead of following the usual royal protocol, Leonor took Christian's hand and turned to the audience. She spoke directly, not from a prepared script, but from the heart. Her words were calm, but they carried a power no one expected. She said, "Today, I marry not only the man I love, but the bridge between two nations. Our families, our histories, and our futures are now one." It was short, poetic, and in that instant, everyone knew, Spain's next queen wasn't just royal by birth, but by spirit. The applause that followed lasted minutes. The King of Denmark, visibly touched, nodded in approval. Queen Margrethe smiled proudly at her grandson. And Queen Letizia, with tears finally falling freely, turned to her husband and whispered, "She was born ready." Outside, the streets of Madrid erupted. Bells rang from every cathedral, and crowds filled the plazas singing traditional songs. In Denmark, thousands gathered at Amalienborg Palace to celebrate. Social media exploded with images of Leonor and Christian's first kiss as husband and wife, a kiss that symbolized the joining of two royal bloodlines and a modern Europe watching in awe. But not everything was perfect behind the golden facade. As the night unfolded, cameras caught moments of quiet tension, whispers between court advisors, glances exchanged among royal family members. Rumors began to swirl that this marriage carried implications far beyond romance. Political observers noted the symbolism: Spain and Denmark, two monarchies uniting at a time when Europe faces uncertainty. Was this wedding also a message of stability? Or perhaps a soft diplomatic move wrapped in love? Still, none of that could overshadow the human side of the story. When the couple danced their first dance under the grand chandeliers, the emotion was undeniable. Christian held Leonor close, and for a brief moment, the world forgot titles and crowns. It was simply two young people, deeply in love, beginning a life together under the heaviest of expectations. Later, during the reception, Queen Letizia made a toast that would be remembered for years. She said, "A queen's duty is not just to rule, but to love, to understand, and to serve. Today, my daughter begins her reign in the most beautiful way, through love." The room rose in applause. Even those who once doubted the young couple were moved. As midnight approached, fireworks lit the Madrid sky. The royal couple stood on the palace balcony, waving to tens of thousands gathered below. The lights, the music, the emotions, it all felt timeless. And yet, hidden beneath the splendor, a new chapter of European royalty had begun. What followed in the next days was unlike anything Europe had seen in decades. Newspapers from London to Copenhagen splashed headlines like, "The wedding that redefined royalty," and "Leonor and Christian, the modern royals Europe needed." Analysts spoke of the Leonor effect, how her genuine approach, her grace under pressure, had rekindled public affection for monarchy. But for those who were there, those who witnessed that breathtaking ceremony, it wasn't just history. It was humanity. A reminder that even in a world of crowns and ceremonies, love remains the most powerful force of all. Weeks later, footage of a private moment surfaced. Leonor and Christian, walking hand in hand through the palace gardens, away from cameras. No guards, no protocol, just two people smiling quietly at one another. It became the symbol of everything the world admired about them, the balance of duty and love, youth and responsibility, simplicity and grandeur. And as Europe continues to talk about that day, one truth remains: this wasn't just a royal wedding. It was a turning point. A day when the future Queen of Spain showed the world what it truly means to lead, with heart, with courage, and with love. Princess Leonor's journey has just begun. But if her wedding day proved anything, it's that she's ready, not just to wear the crown, but to redefine what it means to be royal in the 21st century.